back for another year? Just do you still get excited on days like this?
Yeah, I get excited. I don't know how many more preseasons I have in me, but at least this one, I'm going to be able to handle it properly.
Does it? Is there ever a challenge because of all the success that you guys have had, even coming off an Elite Eight this past year, where maybe there's a motivating factor when you get out here for practice in the fall?
I don't think motivation has never been a problem for me. I like to compete. Maybe the competitive goals that this team have at this moment, maybe they're for sure different than the ones that we had 16 years ago. But the motivation is always there. Is every day is a little bit more difficult. I think in general, college sports have become extremely competitive, and field hockey is not any different. I mean, like I think that in order for us to be competing in the top 20, top in the country, or to be competing in the top of the MAC, is gonna we're gonna need to work very hard, and we're gonna need to bring a lot of talent, and we need to really do a lot of right things to really stay on top. So the motivation is there, and NCAA find a way to keep the NCAA and the MAC. They find a way to keep you motivated.
I mean, it's August 10th, but do you guys have goals like for the season yet?
Yeah, I think. I mean, we're always very careful. I'm always very careful about talking about the goals. I mean, like, of course, you have competitive goals, and I feel like that's what everybody wants to know. What is the competitive goal for you? And they're like, the competitive goal for us is really to keep competing, keep ourselves in the top of the MAC, like we have been doing in the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. And then, like, I think that the goal that we have been like talking about, like it has changed in the last few years, is the fact that we always talk about closing the gap with the most traditional programs. I always deny myself to call them better programs or bigger programs, but I call them more traditional programs. And but I think that we're moving from that situation, close the gap, to really being able to compete every day with the most traditional programs. I think this team is there now. We're like, um, be the underdog is always nicer because you have less responsibility and less pressure. But we have to accept that we are not the underdog anymore in many cases, and we have to present ourselves like that. We have to go on the field like that, and that takes a little more from everybody. And like I say, it's much easier to go to a game knowing that everybody thinks that you are the underdog, you knowing that you are the underdog. So if you lose, it's like, well, I guess that's what everybody expects. But I think that now this Miami teams, really like the expectation inside the team, outside the team, is that we're going to be able to compete, and that we should have the capacity to win any game in the country.
Obviously, roster different than a year ago, but if you're a fan was watching this, knew nothing about Miami field hockey, what would you tell them some of the strengths are of this roster
No,
right
I
now?
think that it's a good balance with experience and new faces. I really think that, I mean, we just play a couple of scrimmages today, like just in small game situations, and I'm impressed with it. More than the level of skills of the new players is the character and presence that the new players are showing. I mean, they come here to get a spot. They come here to really uh, make an impact and really help the team to move in the right direction. And that's all that you can ask in an incoming class or a new player on the team. It's like you're gonna come here, and from day one, you really want to make contributions and to the program, and to move the program in the right direction. So super happy with what they have seen from the new player, not just freshmen. Um, we have a transfer student. Like I think everybody is really stepping up very very fast.
And you got a little bit of time yet before you get going, but what do you really hope this team can work on and improve on before the season gets going?
I always say, like, I don't like to see precision like a moment to really develop players. No, you're supposed to come to precision ready to play. The what we're looking in precision is to really put the team together. We have a lot of talent, and now the job is to really put all this talent together to work together, and that's what we're going to be trying to do in the next 2 weeks. Really, like, put together this puzzle. Create that unit that we're looking for. Keep playing the only way that we know how to play. We love the ball. We love possession. We're not gonna change the style of game. We're gonna keep building in what we left. And that has been part of the message to the group. I mean, we're not going to start from zero. We left this program in a very good spot, not just last November, but last spring, and we have to pick it up there. Like I say, the competition is going to be tough. It's going to be extremely difficult inside the MAC, outside the MAC, and we have to be ready. If we're thinking right now to reinvent the wheel, if we're thinking right now that it's the time to really work in the fitness of the player, that it's the time to work in the basic skill of the players, that's it. The train is gone. I mean, this is moving very fast. Just 14 days before our first competition, our first official game, and we have to be 100% because our schedule is demanding that.
Team obviously goes on the Elite Eight run last year. Is there a motivating, like maybe things are just easier now or anything like that? Do you have to fight those urges?
I would say things are even harder. The opposite of easy. I think we've talked a lot about how the NCAA is ever changing, ever evolving, and it's only getting more difficult. So we have to keep moving forward on that train that it's going on. So you either kind of get on the train or you're left behind. So we're working hard to be on that train, and I think this first day showed that we really will be.
Sloan, I'll move over to you. Just talk to us a little bit about what does this team need to work on here over the next couple weeks to get ready for the season to begin?
I think mainly our team needs to work on just kind of like with all the new girls coming in, just getting more comfortable with each other, playing with each other, because we do all have so much talent. We've talked a lot about this the past few days, how we just have to bring our talent together to make us a team and not be so individual. And so we just need to focus on finding everybody's strengths, putting them together, and connecting our team together.
I'll move over to you. Just talk a little bit about the team goals this year. Do you guys talk about that much at all, or is it kind of more just work, get better every day?
Well, we actually had a pretty solid meeting yesterday, and we talked a lot about something we call the high fives, which are just 5 standards and principles that Miami Field Hockey has to just keep us as healthy and as competitive and just as a constant team as we can.
Talk to us about this. All the practice today was really competitive, right? Where a lot of teams are just kind of going over drills, and this is everybody's yelling at each other, worried about scores. Everybody's
I know, I was like,
just
you guys got
competitiveness
some-
is nuts around here.
Yes, so we are a very competitive team, and we love these competitive days because we say that it pushes us all so much harder. Like if you tell us we have to do something, or we win something, or we lose something, then we will be going at each other. And so, yeah, we basically there was 3 teams. We had to play each other. Whoever lost had to run. So you didn't want to lose. Got a little hostile. But it was so much fun, and we talked about how like the competition was so high all day, the energy was like really there, and throughout the next like few weeks of preseason, we really have to like keep the energy high because we started off high and it can't get any lower than that.
All right. Ella, today, how was the competition?
It was very intense, especially coming from the first practice this morning where we were kind of just individual skill, and coming into a practice where it was just a lot of team stuff and competing against each other. It just made me realize, like, right off the bat, this is a team that I want to be on and that is going to push me to compete as best as I can.
And Kylie, I'll finish with you. Just talk to us just a little bit about, I mean, this team's had so much success. Is it because of practices that you see here today, or how do you equate even all the success this team has had?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that we practice is exactly how we show up. And so we're actually really working on that this year, playing to win every practice, training to win, not just on game day. So I think this is the perfect practice example. Put us at each other, give us a goal, and we're really going to compete. And I think it'll be a great way to go into our first scrimmages and games.